Hey guys, welcome back to Modern Life for the 70's Mind. My name is Bob. If you have watched my channel, you know I normally start out going over something, some object or something from the 60s or 70s, and just reminisce a little bit. Today I'm going to be doing a reaction to Home Free's American Pie. I know my videos have been running a little long, so in consideration of your time that you've allotted me to come into your computer or onto your phone, I'm going to skip the first part this time and just go straight into the reaction. Only because I'm really trying to be a little more aware on how long these things are dragging out. I guess I have a tendency to talk a little bit. The band Home Free, I've seen one of their videos. That was Man of Constant Sorrow, which blew me away, especially the guy with the low voice. I think I try to stay clear of things until I do reactions, but I think you guys mentioned his name might be Tim. But in case I'm wrong, I'm just gonna, for the sake of this video, call him Low Dude. And that way, if his name's not Tim, I'm not making a mistake throughout the entire video. But I am not wrong when I say Low Dude. I'm wondering how Home Free and Don McLean, however it gets pronounced. I'm wondering how true they are going to stay to the original. They seem to have conflicting styles a little bit, so the combination of these two confuses me, where Don McLean was more folky, a little more raw, if you will, just basically him and a guitar. Where Home Free, the sky's the limit. So you have these two conflicting styles of music that are somehow gonna combine into some wonderful piece of music. At least that's what I'm hoping. If anyone's gonna pull it off, I'm sure all these guys could. So why don't we just go ahead and start and keep me from rambling on forever. And here we go. Don McLean and Home Free singing American Pie.
A long, long time ago, I can still remember how that music used to make me smile. And I knew if I had my chance that I could make those people dance, and maybe they'd be happy for a while. But February made me shiver with every paper I delivered. Bad news on the doorstep. I couldn't take one more step. I can't remember if I cried when I read about his widowed bride, but something touched me deep inside the day the music died.
Oh. Okay, I'm going to cut right here. I know this song just kind of goes on, so I might have a hard time finding decent places to cut. So let's just cut here for a second and stop. Oh my gosh, listening to this in headphones is crazy good. I mean, you hear so many sounds, especially the Home Free harmonies and stuff like that. Don McLean sounds really good. He enunciates wonderfully. If you don't know the song, you have no problem understanding what he's saying. He's being very clear in his voice. I noticed something, and I don't want this to come across as a negative. Please, please, please. It's not a negative at all. It's just different. He's got the sound, because he's older now. I mean, it's been how many years? 40 some years since he came out with this song, maybe more. I forget what year it came out. Probably closer to 50. He's got, I'm not sure how to label it other than like a mature vibrato. I know that's probably never been used. When you're younger, and this is true with me as well, when I try to do my serious singing either in the shower or when I'm driving alone in a car, when you're younger, the vibrato has a certain really nice little faster flow to it. When you get older, it seems to, like, if you were going to put the vibrato in a wave, when you're younger, it's like this. When you're older, it kind of spreads out. At least that's what I'm seeing. And a perfect example of that is Paul McCartney. He does the same thing. His vibrato, since his days with the Beatles, have definitely changed, to be expected. But it's just different. And that's one of the things I noticed. And please don't take that as a negative. He sounds great. No issues at all with his voice, especially for his age. Oh my gosh. I try singing, and songs I used to be able to sing alone in the car to, I can't hit those notes anymore. So for him to hit these notes like he is, as clean as they are, he's doing great. Regarding Home Free, I don't think I've ever heard my headphones, like I had mentioned, saturated with music like it is when these guys kick their harmonies in. It's a little overwhelming and simply beautiful. And we're only a little over a minute into the song, and my mind is already blown. Anyways, it sounds like things are going to pick up. Let's keep going.
So bye bye, Miss American Pie. Drove my Chevy to the levee, but the levee was dry. Them good old boys are drinking whiskey and rye, singing this'll be the day that I die. This'll be the day that I die.
Woo!
Did you write the book of love, and do you have faith in God above? If the Bible tells you so, or do you believe in rock and roll? Can music
These guys are
save
amazing.
your mortal soul? And can you teach me how to dance real slow? Well, I know that you're in love with him, 'cause I saw you dancing in the gym. You both kicked off your shoes. Man, I dig those rhythm and blues. I was a lonely teenage Franken buck with a pink carnation and a pickup truck, but I knew I was out of luck the day the music died.
I started singing bye bye, Miss American Pie. Drove me Chevy to the levee, but the levee was dry. Them good old boys are drinking whiskey and rye, singing this'll be the day that I die. This'll be the day that I die.
Woo! Yes, I do like these guys. I had only heard one song of theirs, and I fell in love with it. This is, I'm sorry if I'm bouncing around here, because my foot's tapping, my hand's tapping. It's just, and like I said, hearing this in headphones is crazy. I like a lot how during the verses, Don kind of backs away, and then he comes in really nice in the chorus. It blends wonderfully. There's like a really smooth transition from him being not active in the song and being active. I love it. It seems faster, I think, because of the sound and all the extra sounds that Home Free is adding. But I honestly don't think the tempo is much different than the original. I don't think. I don't have a meter here to measure the beats per minute or anything, but it sounds like it's about the same. It just feels faster to me. Probably some of that is due to the guy doing the beatbox. He's got a little faster, I don't want to say pitch or pace going. There's another word for it. Again, not a music expert, but with the extra sounds he puts in, the half beats or whatever they're called, it makes the music sound like it's a little faster. But again, I don't think it is. Listening to this, it just brings back so many memories. I remember when I finally sang the whole song with remembering all the lyrics. I'm like, I mastered American Pie. I know how to sing the whole thing now, which is probably why that was one of the first songs I started playing on my guitar. And it just brings back so many memories. Like the song says, it was a long, long time ago. I remember walking down the hallways of high school and a bunch of us would just be singing a song. And as we're walking down, other people would join in. That song and Black Water by, is that the Doobie Brothers? I think it was I think it's the Doobie Brothers that sang that. We would sing that as well. That was fun. Okay, why don't we keep going? I'm loving every second of this so far.
Now for 10 years we've been on our own, and moss grows fat on a rolling stone. That's not how it used to be. When the jester sang for the king and queen in a coat he borrowed from James Dean, and a voice that came from you and me. Oh, and while the king was looking down, the jester stole his thorny crown. The courtroom was adjourned, but no verdict was returned. And while Lyndon read a book on Marx, the quartet practiced in the park, and we sang dirges in the dark. The day the music died, while we were singing bye bye Miss American Pie. Drove me Chevy to the levee, but the levee was dry. Them good old boys are drinking whiskey and rye, and singing, this'll be the day that I die. This'll be the day that I die.
We'll keep going a little bit more.
Helter skelter in a summer swelter, the birds flew off with a fallout shelter. 8 miles high and falling fast. It landed foul on the grass. The players tried for a forward pass, with the jester on the sidelines in a cast. Now the halftime air was sweet perfume, while the sergeants played a marching tune. We all got up to dance, oh, but we never got the chance, 'cause the players tried to take the field. The marching band refused to yield. Do you recall what was revealed today? The music died. We started singing bye bye Miss American Pie. Drove me Chevy to the levee, but the levee was dry. Them good old boys are drinking whiskey and rye, and singing, this'll be the day that I die. This'll be the day that I die. Oh, and there we were all in one place, a generation lost in space, with no time left to stop.
Okay, I'm going to stop this because this just keeps going. It was hard to cut that because it was sounding so good. I seriously think they should rename this version. They should rename this song from American Pie to like American Souffle. It's that good. It is so, the background vocals are so smooth. It's crazy. Makes you want to just get in a lazy river and just listen to these harmonies and kind of nicely float around. I like how they're bringing Don back into it a lot. And the other thing, because I said before, I was paying attention a lot to Low Dude. And last video, he had his own chorus. I'm starting to think that this time he won't have that. I'm just not sure it would fit in with the song, which is what I was afraid of. But you don't, in the headphones, if you listen, you hear him pretty much constantly. But as far as jumping out at you, you only hear like single notes of him popping in. It's almost like a faucet dripping. And every time the little drip goes down, you hear him singing low. So it's almost like, I mean, but when that comes in, it's pretty strong, so you really hear it. So you're getting these little bits of it, which I like a lot. It really adds to it. Okay, let's go a little bit more here. I won't let this drag out quite as long.
Start again. So come on, Jack, be nimble. Jack, be quick. Jack, splash that on a candlestick, 'cause fire is the devil's only friend.
I like the beatbox guy.
Oh, and as watched him on the stage. My hands were clenched in fist of rage. No angel born in hell could break that Satan's spell. And as the flames climbed high into the night to light the sacrificial rite, I saw Satan laughing with delight. The day the music died, and he was singing, bye bye Miss American Pie. Drove me Chevy to the levee, but the levee was dry. Them good old boys are drinking whiskey and rye and singing, this'll be the day that I die. This'll be the day that I die.
Okay, so this is a good break. When you listen to Home Free, they are really such a single solid unit. What's really interesting in this video is there's a lot of solo performances, except Low Dude, that you can hear, believe it or not. It's amazing how different their voices are. You would think they all sound kind of the same because when they sing together, it's this beautiful unit of sound. Maybe because their voices are significantly different, maybe when they're combined is what makes it so wonderful. And that goes for the same issue with Don McLean and Home Free. They're so different that you bring them together and it sounds wonderful. So viva la difference, as they say. Again, I was kind of hoping I'd hear more from Low Dude, but that's not going to happen. Video-wise, I'd like that they kept it kind of simple, because I think if as intense as this music is, I think if you had a really vivid and active video, I think that would be a distraction from the music. This is pretty simple, although I have found myself looking at the backgrounds and how they change all the time. But anyways, just a lot going on. It's really hard to listen to this and get a good feel as to everything that's going on. You really have to probably listen to this 3 or 4 times to catch all the little nuances in the song and what they've done to it and the little changes that they've made. So let's go ahead and play till the end, and then we can wrap this up. This is insanely good.
I met a girl who sang the blues, and I asked her for some happy news, but she just smiled and turned away. And I went down to the sacred store where I'd heard the music years before, but the man there said the music wouldn't play. In the streets the children screamed, the lovers cried and the poets dreamed, but not a word was spoken. The church bells all were broken, and the 3 men I admire most, the Father, Son, and the Holy Ghost, they caught the last train for the coast. The day the music died, and they were singing, bye bye Miss American Pie. Drove my Chevy to the levee, but the levee was dry. Them good old boys are drinking whiskey and rye, singing, this'll be the day that I die. This will be the day that I die.
That is so completely insane. So good. It's not the ending I was expecting at all. I expected him to kind of go out with a bang. Instead, I think it was more of a like a floating feather going, down and out of the picture. Beautiful, just really beautiful. On the video, two things came to mind: the Brady Bunch with all the squares, and the Hollywood Squares game. I think I'm going to go with the Hollywood Squares game. And Don McLean was normally, it looks like, in the middle, so I'm going to call him the Paul Lynde of this. So I'm going to go to Don for the block. You'd have to know the show to appreciate that. Don has no issues at all hitting the higher notes. He looks like it's well within his comfort zone still, which is really, really crazy. What have I not mentioned? I think briefly I mentioned the beatbox. That was really strong throughout the entire song. That really, really drove, I think, the music. It really led the way for all the vocals. Finally, I like how they had settled into the song as it was initially interpreted, I guess. Too much change, I think, would have destroyed the song. At least it would have for me. So bottom line, I loved it. I am now completely hooked on Home Free. Yeah, I'm at a loss for words. I don't even know what to say. So many of you had requested that I take a look at this. If I have some dead spots of what I'm saying, it's just that there's, like I said, there's so much that you can say about this. And I want to try to keep my comments to things that I'm feeling about the song and not so much technically how the song was made. So I hope you enjoyed this. This was really fun. Thank you for the recommendation. I promise you there will be more Home Free because I am completely hooked on these guys. As always, if you like this video, please click the thumbs up below. I would really appreciate if you guys would subscribe to my channel. I try to put something out no less than every other day if I can. And if you can share this video, that would even be greater. So thank you guys. I hope you enjoyed this. Peace out until next time. Thanks again for the recommendation. This was awesome. Bye-bye.